Hey, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a review of Podia. So I've been using Podia for about 8-9 months now, and I've learned a lot. I've learned the good, the bad, the upcoming. It's amazing actually, but there are some things that I'd like to share with you. The things that really stood out to me in particular. So this is Podia. As you can see, it's big, it's bold. There's lots of things you can sell. Some of these amazing designs of websites, check those out. They're really good. That's what you can create on Podia. Here are all the things that you can use it for. The list is endless, by the way. And that's Podia. Oh, and then it's got its online store. So you can do courses, store, downloads, webinars, coaching, community, you name it. It's there. So that's a few things about Podia. So Podia's been around for a while as well. There are other platforms out there that I've actually played around with, Teachable, Thinkific, those types of ones. And then I kind of landed on this one, and I was actually really surprised about this platform because of what it actually offers. So this platform in particular is really, really good for creators, entrepreneurs. The one thing I always find that's really hard to find is a platform that sells online courses that isn't ridiculous price. You've got unlimited courses, memberships, and digital downloads. And this is what it offers, basically. So I'm going to start with some good first. So building websites is really, really easy on this platform. Over probably the last 10 months, they have actually changed a lot of the features when it comes to website building. So it's super easy. It's drag and drop. There's different elements. The great thing with this is you can actually save elements. Say, for example, you create a specific banner in a specific style or buttons and things on that. You can actually save it. And then when you go into another page, you can just click on it and it adds it to that page. I find this feature really, really useful for me, especially if I design a block of images with different buttons to different sources and things. I find that really, really helpful for me. So it makes building a website really easy. I'd say you'd probably take a couple of hours building it, just getting used to it. But the great thing is you can always update it, and that's really, really useful. You can duplicate pages, that type of thing. So it's a really versatile website builder. There are some limitations in that the layouts and things can't be adapted. But over the last 2 or 3 months, they have introduced new building blocks. So my fingers are crossed they're going to keep adding to that list. But the features and everything that they've developed over the last 3 months are actually really, really helpful. And I'm actually going to share with you some of the latest features. The other thing I find amazing is the blogging. The other platforms I find don't really offer blogging, or if they do, it's really basic and it doesn't really, come across as really nice. But you can see some of the examples of layouts. That's exactly what I was looking for, and I find it really hard to find that on some of the other sites that I was looking at. It's got a built-in blog feature. You can categorize them as well. You can see the various layouts. So the layouts you kind of adapt. You can show as much as you want, the title, a little bit blurb, a button, or just the image. You can put your name on it, however you want to do it. But it's really, really easy to set this up. Creating new blog posts is relatively easy as well. The one thing I will say is you don't have access to stock images when you're creating a blog post. So you will have to have a library of images on your computer that you can add. But you can add all sorts of things onto the pages themselves. They've added a few more features to this. You can actually add in social sharing and SEO, all of that sort of aspect to get your blog found. Nice and easy. It's on the right hand side when you're creating the blog. You don't have to click out too many times to find it. And it's really, really useful, but it's so, so simple. And I think that's the thing with Podia. They have made it so, so simple for anyone to set up blogs, websites, products, you name it. They've made it nice and easy for a reason. Then the amazing thing with Podia that I like in particular, it's one of my favorite things, is, the choices. The flexibility. You want to sell an online course? Yep, got it. Coaching sessions? Yep, got it. Webinars? Yep. Ebooks? Yep. it offers all of these things that I find really useful and I struggle to find on other sites in particular, because some will have limits, whereas this doesn't. And I'll show you pricing as well later on. But it's amazing. You can create your online store, you can create the online courses, and they're really, really easy to upload as well, by the way. You can set the pricing, you can set the images, you can do so many different things. You can upsell things. So if someone buys something, then they've got options for discounts and other things. So they've done it in a way to make it nice and easy. So when you go and just add a product, it gives you these options. What is it that you want to sell? What product? Click on it, and then it's kind of got it all preset for that specific product. It's really straightforward. There's lots of little things you can tweak about it, which sounds fantastic. You can give things for free as well. So if you are trying to get some email, that email list building up, you could do freebies on this. So you can do it where somebody can just sign up like they would anywhere else, get the freebie delivered to their email, and then you've got that email address. So it gives you that kind of feature built in as well, which I think is fantastic. Budget-friendly plans. Compared to every other platform I've been on, the pricing has always been a stickler for me. As you're starting out, you don't want to be spending loads and loads and loads of money on something that you're not sure about. But for $33, I have to admit that's not bad. Converted to pounds, it's like 26, I think it is, a month. There is transaction fees, which is 5%, which is not really much when you're starting out. This is really good value for money. I'm going to show you a trick at the end of this video as well for you to kind of judge for yourself what you think of Podia. But to upscale from 33 to 75 is not terrible. Yes, it's double, but there are many, many features that you'd get more on the Shaker plan. But for those extra things, no transaction fees, that's probably a bonus, especially if you're selling more. But it's worth doing. It also has a Podia email thing as well. So if you want to keep absolutely every single thing, your products, your emails, everything in one place, this offers it. So if you're one of those people that just doesn't want to have 20 systems, emails here, this is actually a really good sort of starting platform for you, really. And to be fair, I personally, if my platform grows even more than it has already, I would probably stick with this and move up to a higher plan because it has everything that I need. It's simple, it's easy, and the pricing is actually quite reasonable. So what's new when it comes to Podia? So I mentioned that they've been doing some new things over the last sort of 4 or 5 months. Email marketing is one of them. So it's nice and easy to set up newsletters. You can save the templates each time you send it out, which makes it nice and easy. And they are always updating with new features with these types of things. Membership side of things is great. It's nice and simple. So you can have a community of people having access to certain things, which is actually really useful. So if you're thinking of creating a membership site, this is a really good option for you. So it's worth having a look for that. What I will say with Podia, it offers a 30-day trial. So if you're really not sure and you're not, you're sitting on the fence, you want to see if it works for you, because that's what most people should be doing, is testing these things out before you put all your time and effort into it, then it's worth doing the 30-day trial. Honestly, you'll be amazed at what it offers you, and it gives you great insight into what works. If things don't work, for example, the blog didn't used to work for me. Since they've updated it, it now does, because it offers the categories, which they never did. They are always improving, and now my blog is now on there. It never used to be because of that reason. You will find things that are working for you and some that don't. So try it. Course creation as well. It's fantastic. You can add quizzes, you can do upsells, which I've mentioned, drip courses, pre-sales, course certifications, lead magnets, which I mentioned. There are so many options when it comes to courses that you might find on other sites are very limited. To here, it's very different. The one thing that I think is really fantastic about this is every product has its own landing page. as such. So you don't need to get someone to go to a certain page on your website, like, like a host of categories. You can send them direct to that landing page, but you can add more detail to that landing page. You can add incentives, you can add more story, that type of thing. And those landing pages are really useful just because you can send people directly to them. But it's your selling page as well. And sometimes when you sell products just on their own, it's not enough detail for some people. People want more. Do you know what I mean? So this is really useful in that aspect. One downside. So this is the one thing that bugs me, but it doesn't really, is there is no built-in marketplace. Unlike platforms like Udemy, Etsy, Podia doesn't have a marketplace. You have to drive your own traffic, build up your own audience to go to it. And I can understand why, because it does offer a lot of features: website building, online store, email marketing, all of that. It offers all of that. So it's kind of hard to come away from just being this thing that hosts everything to being a marketplace. But it can be trying to get your audience to go there. But the thing is, the sites that you create are professional looking. The product pages can look amazing. You've got blogs, you can build traffic up to it, but it will just take time. And I am going to share you this because this is the most insightful thing for you. So if you love everything I've said about Podia so far, which I'm a big fan of, I found this on their website. So Podia always says, we're there, we're great, all of this. And they've got the proof here. So if you go to the footer of Podia website, go to Podia alternatives under resources, this will pop up on the left-hand side, the Podia versus our competitors. So if there's another platform out there you're thinking, well, I think this is better, look at this, find that other website and compare it to Podia. Podia have given you all the resources here. They do like a nice little chart showing you the pricing versus like the features, and it goes down and it tells you, what Podia offers compared to other ones. So if you're really, really, really not sure, then I definitely recommend going down here and checking it out. Going through these, you'll start to notice a pattern of pricing is going to be very high on some of these. You might notice that there's a limit on products, a limit on emails, a limit on certain things. You definitely like, actually, I don't need that limit. I need it to be unlimited. And Podia does offer unlimited on courses and everything else. It doesn't restrict you, which is one of the great things about Podia. So if you love this video, check out all the other reviews, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing lots more reviews on other sites, comparing what they're like, finding out what, if it's worth doing, so that you can make an informed decision if you want to have a go at it or if it's just not for you.